Now, how to find out whether the resistances they are in series or in parallel combination? It is not necessary that all the time in circuitry, in the networks, resistance they will always be in series or parallel combinations only. But over here, we are going to deal with if they are there in series and parallel combination, series or parallel combination, or series and parallel combination, how we can find out that which are the resistances which are in series and which are resistors in parallel, and using those methods we can find out the equivalent resistance of the circuit. Now, if between point A and point B, let's say resistance they are joined like this, then they are in series. That is, going from point A to point B, you don't have much of a choice. You will come across these resistances R1 and R2. If you set on a path from A to B through resistors through this path, when you go through this path, you will come across both the resistors. Then these resistors they are in series. Whereas if point A to point B you are going and you have two options, two or more options, like one is this, the other is this resistance. This is R1 and this is R2. So from point A to point B, you can go through the resistors. How many possibilities are there? Either you can go via this path or you can go via this path. So you have two options to go from point A to point B. Then these options and choices, they are parallel. So this and this resistance, they are in parallel. To take it further, if I say now there are three resistors, R1, R2 and R3. There are three resistors and this is point A and B. So between the point A and B, that is you set in path from A and you are coming out of B, or the current is getting from here and coming out of this point. So then R1, R2 and R3, they are the resistors in series. They are connected end to end like this. The other combination is I can also have resistances like this, R1, R2, R3, and these are points A and B. In this case, if you have to move from point A to point B through resistors, you have many ways. You can go via this, you can go via this, you can go via this resistor. So, how many options you have to go from point A to point B? You have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 options. So, R1, R2 and R3, they are in parallel. Now, what do you say in case like this? If you have to find the equivalent resistance between A and B, can we tell that which are the resistors which are in series and which are in parallel? Yes, it is simple. That is, first is go to the smallest kind of circuitry. Over here I see this one. So I mark the points X, Y and these points as K and L. So between X and Y, how you can go is, you can go via this or you can go via this. So this and this resistance, they are in parallel. So this and this resistance, between X and Y, how you can go from X to Y? You can go via this path or you can move via this path. So R1 and R2, they are the resistance in parallel. Using concept of physics, we can find the equivalent resistance of this parallel combination. Similarly, between K and L, that is how you can move. The current can move via this or via this. So R3 and R4. So between K to L, when you move from K to L, you have two options. You have two choices to go. One is via this, the other is via this. So R3 and R4, these resistors, they are in parallel. Whereas if you say between A and B, one is the current go via this path. The other is A and B, you can go like this. The current can go like this. So this and this resistors, they are in parallel. That is, you can find the equivalent resistance of these resistors. Then this and this, they are parallel because from point A to point B, you can go via this path or you can go via this path. For parallel, it is very important. That is, between A and B only, you have the choices. For parallel, it is important that the choices, they start at the same point and they lead you at the same point. That is over here, if you take this path, this finally leads you to B. And over here also, it leads to point B only. It shouldn't happen that it leads you to point B and this option leads, and this option or choice leads you to other points, let's say C. For parallel, it is very important that the point of starting where the resistors they are getting divided or the path they are getting divided, and they should converge to the same point. They should converge to the same point. Only then the resistors they are going to be in parallel. Now in this case, if I take the resistance as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is a sign of resistor. Can we tell Can we say that is which are the resistance in series and which are in parallel? Yes, it is simple. Over here, as the current gets in, like when I say equivalent resistance between A and B, or which are the resistance series and parallel, it is something like this. You can assume a battery to be connected like this. So the conventional current comes like this, though the electron current moves like this, from negative to positive, the conventional current in the opposite direction. And when we say current in physics, that is, we are talking the direction of the conventional current, not the electronic current. So over here the current comes like this. Over here, now we have to see which are the resistance in series and which are in parallel. So I say this is X, Y, either join it also, because this is a conductor only, you can join these points. It's one and the same thing. You can join this over here, or I call, for convenience, I call this as point as Z. So what I see is that at X, there is a division of path. Between X and Y, how I can go? I can go via this, or I can take this path. So there are two paths to reach from X to Y. One is you can go via this, the other is you go via this. Once you sit on this path, then 1 and 2, you will come across 1 and 2. You don't have any other way. You do not have any other way to slip away from the path. So once you sit on this path, 1 and 2 definitely will come across. So 1 and 2, they are in series as far as this path is concerned. So these two resistors, they are in series. Then this, now you have two options to go from X to Y. One is you can take this path, or you can take this path. So this and this, they are in parallel combination. Similarly over here, from Y to Z, how you can go? Y to Z, one is you can directly go this way, or the other is you can take this path. Once you set in, you will come across 5 as well as 6 also. So you go like this. So 5 and 6, they are on one path. So 5 and 6 resistors, they are in series. Then this combination and this combination. It is getting, path is getting split at Y, and path is once again rejoins at 6. It rejoins at Z. So from Y to Z, you have two options. You go via this, or you go via this. Options. They are splitting at the same point and the combining. They are joining at the same point. So that's why this and this resistor, they are once again in parallel. It is not mandatory that all the time the resistors, they are going to be in series or parallel only. It is not mandatory. It is not essential. Now let's look over here. If someone asks what are the resistors in series and parallel, so many times students say the resistor 2 and 7, they are in series. Similarly, they say that is 3 and 5 or 3 and 4, they are in series. If you look at it in series, when I say two resistors, they are series, then it is something like this. 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2, 3. This is point B. This is point A. That you start off this point A, and you finally reach point B. When you go through this, you should not have any, or the current shouldn't have any other option to slip away. That is, if you set into this path, it is definite that is you will come across 1, 2, and 3. There should not be any other options available to you or to the current. But if I talk over here, that is, as soon as you set in part 2, that is 2 to 7, you cannot say in series, because there is once again option is available. That is the current, or you can move to this point also, move on this path also. So had it been not there, if this resistor would have not been there, then 2 and 7 definitely they were in series. But there is option available over here. So that's why you cannot say this and this series. Similarly, you cannot say 7 and 6 they are in series, because going from 7, if you intend to go from 7 to 6, there is a one again option. That is, you can take this path also as soon as you reach this junction. Had it not been there, then 7 and 6, they were definitely in series. Similarly over here, 3 to 4, they are not in series, because as you go from 3 to 4, there is once again option. You can go over here, you can go over here, so that's why 3 and 4, they are not in series. Are they in parallel? Let's see whether some resistors they are in parallel or not. If I take 2 and 1, are they parallel? No, they are not parallel, because the path splits over here. You have the path splits over here, it takes you to this point, whereas this resistor 1, it takes you to this point. For parallel combination, it is important, that is, both the paths, they should take you to the same point. This is taking you here, this is taking you here, so that's why they are not parallel. Similarly over here, if you say 7 and 3, no, this takes you over here, this takes you over here. For parallel, what is the thing like? If this is A, this is B. A to B, that is, the path splits at A, both the paths once again rejoin at B. So you have two options to go from the same point to the same point, that is A to B. This point should be same, and this point of merging should also be same. Where which is not the case in this. That is, if you say 7 and 3 they are parallel, no, they are not parallel. It is taking you here, it is taking you here. So in this network, none of the resistors they are in series and parallel. But obviously there are ways to solve it. Star delta, Kirchhoff law, and so many methods. You can find the equivalent resistance, which we'll do later on. Now what happens if you have the circuitry like this? That is, this is the battery, and over here I have resistance R1, R2, and there is one resistance hanging like R3. Can you find the equivalent resistance in this case? Yes, we can find. What happens to this R3, which we have generally not seen in the network? Over here, that is once the current starts from here, it will go like this, and go like this, and gets into battery once again. This R3 will not be having any meaning. It will not happen that current goes like this, goes like this, goes like this, comes here and finds this is a dead end and then comes back. No, it is not like this. The whole circuit is sensed at one go, and the current in a wire, current in a resistance or a wire shall be flowing only in one direction. It is not in both the directions. So the relevant resistors, they are R1 and R2, this will go off. So this and this, they are in series. Whereas if I say, if I have joined it like this, combination I have joined it like this, now what happens is, what is the path, closed path available to the current? The closed path available to the current is go like this, go like this, go like this, and like this. So in this case, this resistance is a redundant resistance. The current will not get into this resistor. So as a result, now R1 and R3, they are on one path, they are in series. One more mistake that is generally the students they do is, that is, they say, if I say this point is A, this point is B, this is R1 and R2, are the two resistors they are in series or parallel? Many times students they say, initially the students say they are parallel. It is not how they are geometrically placed. It is not that this is parallel to this, so that's why they are parallel. Series and parallel combination of resistors is a different meaning. Over here, if I set onto the path, this and this, I will come across both the resistors. So in this case, R1 and R2, they are in series. So now let's find out, suppose we are interested in finding out the equivalent resistance between A and D. How do we find out, and which are the resistance which we shall not be considered? Though right now we shall not be finding how to find the equivalent resistance between A and D, but we will find that which are the resistance which are not going to be considered right now. So when I say A and D, so it is something like, that is, battery is connected like this. That is, current goes like this, current will enter through A and the current will come out through D. It is something like this. When you have to get in, or the current gets in, now what are the paths available? How the current can move? Current can move like this, current can move also like this. The current shall not be flowing in the resistance 3, because once it gets in, there is dead end, there is nothing, so it cannot come back. Current flows in one wire in one direction only, and the whole circuit is sensed at one go, so there will not be any current in this. So this is of no use as far as this equivalent resistance between A and D has to be calculated. Similarly, when you look over here, the current will not get into this arm, so that's why I remove this also. So the relevant resistors which are going to be considered in this circuitry is, that is 1, 2, 5, 4, 7, 8. Now if I call this point as X and I call this point Y, so between X and Y, what are the options? The current gets in. Now over here, the path splits. Path splits at X. So one is you go via this, reach Y, you go via this, reach Y. Once you set on this path, then 2 and 5, they are in series. Similarly, 4 and 7, they are in series. Then going from X to Y, at X, the path splits, and Y, both the paths they merge. So you have two options, go via this, go via this. So this and this, two options, they are parallel options. Once you find out this, then what happens is, you can find the equivalent resistance of the whole thing. So you can find the equivalent resistance of this whole thing. How it will be? It will be, that is, I replace this, I call it as 1, point A is over here. So this thing I have replaced, let's say by R dash. And over here this Y, over here I have called it as X. So I remove this whole thing and replace by R dash resistor. And over here I have it. This is point D and this is like this. So now what happens is, once the current comes like this, then 1 R dash and 8, this is a single path. So this and this, they are in series. It is not mandatory that in circuitry, in the networks, all the time the resistance, they are going to be in series or parallel only. Once you are finding out the resistance in series and parallel, take care of these 2 points. One is in series, the resistance, they are joined one after the other, end to end. Something like that is, if you between the A and B, you have to find the equivalent resistance. It means if you sit on the point A and going towards B, you don't have more options. You have a single option and all the resistance, they will join in a line. Whereas in parallel, you have multiple options to go from point A to point B, and all these options or choices, they are parallel choices.